Okay, good to see everyone back. Happy football season. Is there any news out there? So we'll get started. Not too much to address right off the bat. Obviously, got to speak a lot at the media day last week, and kind of shared with you where we are as a program and shared where we are headed. Really very confident in our team right now. Really excited about how healthy our team is. All 85 scholarship players are cleared to practice. So that's included Jordan Morgan will be cleared to practice. So that should be a great day starting tomorrow. Friday will be the first day that we are in pads or shoulder pads. So we'll just do a couple of helmet practices tomorrow and Thursday, and then we'll get after it. And then next Saturday will be a scrimmage. Following Saturday will be a scrimmage. And then we'll start getting ready for opening day. But we got a lot of work to do before we get there. We got a lot of competition for the first time since I've been here. I walked out here the other day. We had 24 defensive linemen, 12 interior guys, 12 defensive ends. We've got over 25 players over 300 pounds on our team right now, which is completely different than when I walked in the door 2 years ago. As a team, or the players on our team combined have gained 994 pounds, which is one saltwater crocodile. So that's what it's pretty nice to see the size of our team and the change in our team. And then I'd say the off season with Coach Owens and his strength staff, they've gotten faster, they've gotten stronger, and now they're ready to go out and compete. When it comes to our team going into this season, we've talked about really two words, and it's earn it. Earn the conversation. Earn what people are saying right now currently about you. People are beginning to talk about Arizona football in a different light. You've got to earn that. You've got to show and prove it, really, that you're worth the conversation. We've had tremendous success on the recruiting trail, both in the last 2 years and currently. And I would say that now it's time for the guys that are going into their sophomore year to really take a big step, guys that transferred in to take a really big step, and guys that came here this past year, we're counting on freshmen again and transfers again to make a huge impact in the success of our program. We also talked to our kids about, now you've learned a lot about the history of Arizona football, and you've met a lot of former players and former coaches and alumni that really bleed Arizona football in the red and blue. And you got to earn the honor to wear that jersey. And that logo means something. And we spent a lot of time watching this past year talking about the Redeem team and Coach K and Coach Boeheim and some of the messages that they've given to supporting that logo and respecting that logo. And we're trying to do the same thing here. But in the end, it's a matter of this team, the team of 23, a lot of new faces on defense, a lot of returning faces on offense. And together, I think we have a chance to have a very successful season. And as long as we stay healthy, as long as we continue to be a connected and committed football team, and as long as we understand that you got to pay the price and outwork your opponent every single day. So I'll take whatever questions. Obviously, I don't know what's happening with the conference. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but I do know that Arizona is a great brand and we'll be just fine. Michael?
Hi, Jedd.
Hi, Michael.
Regarding Jordan Morgan, you say he's ready or eligible to play in training camp. Is he 100% at this point? Will you kind of manage his reps over the course of the year?
I would say he's 100%, but he won't receive 100% of the reps. So what we'll do is we'll go through a 4-week program. We met with our athletic training department yesterday, our strength coach, Coach Carroll, and myself, and we went through a plan for him over the course of the next 28 days to 34 days on exactly how we're going to get him ready to go. So he'll be we'll monitor every rep. We'll monitor where he is physically. We know there'll be opportunities back and forth where we're going to sit him one day at practice maybe and then practice him another day. But regarding if he's been fully cleared for contact and fully cleared for practice, the answer is yes. I would say from what I understand from the date of the surgery to where we are today, he's right. He's somebody that's at the top of the schedule, but he's on schedule. He's done everything right. He's done everything right. So therefore, he's right on schedule. He's had no setback, knock on wood, at this point in time. And our goal, and Dr. Beatty's goal, who did the surgery, is 9 months to be fully cleared to play football. And the surgery was December 1 or November 28th, something like that. Truthfully, I've given a lot more thought to our team and what we need to do to win games than I have about where we're going to play in 2024 and beyond. My focus has been on this season and this team. And I recognize that people are putting, let's call it, some added pressure that the University of Arizona will be the program that makes the final decision on what happens to the conference. I don't think that's the case. I think that the decision was made by other programs to change the conference, and now it's going to be a matter of the University of Arizona to decide what's best for Arizona. I would say stability is what's best. So whatever we end up doing, I would imagine that decision by our president is going to be solely based upon the stability of wherever we land, the conference that we land upon, and the financial benefit of the multimedia rights of that conference. I'll say this: athletics are very expensive. And to run sports programs is very expensive. And as the NCAA has continued to loosen rules when it comes to feeding players, when it comes to travel, when it comes to certain benefits, when it comes to athletic academic bonuses, call it, if you hit a certain GPA through the Alston case or 5980, all of those things go into making running an athletic department extremely expensive. So clearly the multimedia rights aspect of this decision is going to be critical to the success of Arizona athletics in the future. Coach Aquina is going to take on a on-field role for us this football season. We did a temporary replacement with Coach Aquina and Coach Hunley when it comes down to the specific role with the team. So Coach Hunley will take on more of a senior defensive assistant role during the fall, where he's continuing to rehab his knee. And Coach Aquina is going to take on the role of the on-field coach with our team and with our players. In turn, though, that's just a temporary replacement. So Coach Hunley will still be recruiting for our program. Coach Hunley will still be one of the 10 countable coaches when it comes to certain off-field responsibilities. But when it comes to our players and on-field, Coach Aquina will be taking on that role as Coach Hunley continues to rehab. Well, I remember saying this at the very first Bear Down Friday. I quoted Lute Olson, and I said that get your tickets now, because in 3 years from now, hopefully we'll be sold out. Hopefully we're getting close to that. It's been certainly a build. We talked about it the first year of laying the foundation. We called it year zero. We talked last year about the build and what we were trying to get accomplished. And now this year, I believe we're at a place where we have a good football team, and we're excited about the 6 home games. And we want to sell out September. And we want all 3 home games in September to be sold out, and then we'll figure it out from there. We feel like we've made a great impact in the state when it comes to recruiting. People want to stay at home. People want to come here. The state of Arizona, for the first time in a very long time, wants to send their players in-state to the University of Arizona. That's huge. So we've made the strides we've wanted to make so far, but we recognize we still have a long way to go on being able to, A, get to a bowl game, B, compete for a championship, and C, be a top 25 team. But that is our goal, and that is our plan moving forward. And as we continue to bring in better players every single year, I think we're going to get that done. The safety position is a wide open battle right now. The linebackers are the deepest we've had here by far in the short time that I've been here. I would say that we have a great competition for the Z wide receiver spot. Very confident in T-Mac and Jacob, but as you guys all know, we play with 3 wide receivers, so that spot's going to be a huge one. I feel that we've got a great competition going right now for one of the offensive line positions. Right now, it looks like Big Jonah will be moved out to tackle, but if his natural position's guard, we've got a lot of people that are competing for the tackle position. RJ Polito, Sam Longy, and Joe Borjan are really competing at a high level there. And then the amount of depth we have at the D-line, it really makes for some great camp battles. And to see, what's the rotation going to look like? What's it going to look like with the 4 to 6 interior D linemen? We brought Cio in from Indiana, Tyler in from UCLA. Keanu Miloto just got here yesterday from JUCO. We've gotten, then we have Jacob Kangaika, we have Tai. So we've got all those guys competing. Bill Norton in here from Georgia. And then when you look at the defensive end side, not only do you have Upshaw and Patu, who transferred in from Cal and Michigan, but then you also have the young guys, Isaiah Ward and Deuce Davis and Deuce Lane, that are all making impacts. So I think it was a big benefit for us to play freshmen last year. I think a lot of us struggled through some of the tougher days or nights defensively when you were playing 5 or 6 freshmen. But now I believe we're going to reap some of the benefits of their experience. Well, I would say right now, we've spoken to, held a Zoom call with every player's parent on our current roster. And I explained to them that we're going to know something soon. We're in a position where people want us, and we're in a position where we're going to be successful with the multimedia rights deal, because we're not going to take a bad deal. So in the end, it's going to benefit. I talked to our recruits, and I've told our recruits, yes, I understand that some programs might be telling you, why would you go there if they don't know where they're going to be? I would say this: we're going to be in a great spot, and we're not going to even flinch about it, and neither are our recruits. Our recruits are excited about what could come if we were to remain in this conference and add players or add teams, just like they'd be comfortable if we were to move to a different conference and change our time zones. So all of those are great options for us, and the most important thing is that Arizona football is in the right place at this moment in time, and we're building to something special. Colorado's decision, I wasn't surprised, because it felt like that was going on for the last 3 months. It seemed like that was where they wanted to be. It's where they felt most comfortable, and if that's what they decided to be. I think they've had a lot of success when they were in the Big 12 or Big 8, whenever they won the national championship. And it was probably good for them to get back there, and good for them.
Among the guys who arrived after spring, has anyone, you guys stood out in the weight room or training that you're able to do?
Yeah, it's challenging, because the guys that arrived, they arrived June 1st. Then they're trying to get acclimated, and then we took some time off as coaches, and then we came back, and then they took some time off before training camp. So there's not been much interaction. I would say the guys that stood out to me, Polito. Polito got here and looks the part. He walks on the field. He's all of 6'6", 6'7". He's all of 325 pounds, strong. Keanu just got here, but I walked out on the field for a walkthrough, and I was like, wow, that's a big boy. So that's going to be a huge advantage for us. Carlos Wilson, he's another one that didn't participate in spring. He showed up and very explosive slot receiver. That was a great get for us at the very end of recruiting, getting him, someone that was committed to Utah for a long time, to get him to join our program. So those guys are the guys that initially have stood out to me. And then for the most part, we're fortunate that our administration and our university has allowed us to bring in, I think it was 15 players in January. So we had a pretty good feel, or whatever the exact number was, but in the teens of players that arrived, whether that be through high school recruiting or through the portal. So we were able to get a lot of those guys in spring ball. Devin Hyatt's another one. I know he got here March 1st. So he was here for about, or March 15th. He was here for about a week, and then we started spring ball. He's had a tremendous offseason. He's up to close to 190 pounds. Saw his brother hit 24 miles per hour at the Giants training camp yesterday, so I'm challenging him to do the same. That would be nice. But so he's going to be a nice add for us at the wide receiver position as well. Yeah. Really, the first part of the answer is because of what you just said, that he's been here since 2020, and he's gone through really the transition of playing in a COVID season, the struggles that took place in that final season of 2020 as a walk-on freshman, and then earned himself a scholarship, then earned himself a starting job, and now really is leading the defense, both verbally and leading the defense in terms of his work ethic. He won our off-season program. We do a Be a Pro program, which consists of, from January to June, every aspect from academics to community service to the weight room to on-field work. And he came in first. He had a 4.0 GPA, and he really handled himself in a great manner as we're building this program. He trusted us. He believed in us. He gained 27 pounds, and he's 194 pounds right now, coming in at 167. And I think he's going to be a huge asset for our program in the future.
As far as scholarships, have you put anybody on scholarship from walk-on since the last question?
No, Brian, I think we're at 83 right now, I think. And we'll see how training camp goes to see if there's one or two more that we can get to give somebody a reward for their work and a reward for what they've accomplished. At this point in time, we're still working through a couple of things. As you know, graduate transfers and guys can leave programs at any time, and we're looking to see exactly where we're at prior to make any decisions. Probably will make the decisions the night before the first game.
That's our time.
Okay, so camp.